really hard to believe this, but we're closing in on 10 years since Hurricane Katrina, that monster storm that devastated the Gulf Coast, especially one of America's great city, New Orleans.
And so much has changed in the last decade, and our Robin Roberts talks with hometown hero singer Harry Connick Jr. about how bringing music back to the Big Easy was an important first step.
It's the beat on every street corner. Music. It electrifies New Orleans. And from Metairie to Mobile, Bay St. Louis to Biloxi, it lights up the entire Gulf Coast. But right after the crescendo of Katrina, there was a very real concern that music itself would become a Katrina fatality.
The people who formed the basis of that culture and music weren't able to come back home. And there was no place for us to come home to. Everything was gone. Everything was washed away.
God, Lord Jesus. Singer Ellen Smith, whose house was destroyed in the flooding, didn't have the means to rebuild.
Mold is growing up the walls. I was so devastated. It was so hard. It was hard for me to sing after the storm. It's hard to talk about it. My heart was broken. I needed to get back here, and I had to do it any way I could.
And it took a village, literally, to help her do that. Musicians Village. The idea came from hometown music heroes, Branford Marsalis and Harry Connick Jr.
So we got together with Habitat for Humanity and decided we wanted to build or be a part of building the Musicians Village, which was going to try to get displaced musicians from out of town back home. We wanted to open up a community center with a school and a recording studio, a general sort of hangout place, and that's how it all started.
Second line.
Man, I was so good I knocked the music off the piano. Yeah.
Just explain to people how music helped heal after Katrina.
The music has always been a representation of who we are as New Orleanians and has been sort of the backdrop for good times and bad times. So the thought of it not being around anymore was something that made me lose sleep at night.
72 houses have been built, helping these New Orleans musicians get their groove back.
It was great to have a house that was our own. I kissed every wall in here.
We love our culture, and we will always fight to keep what makes New Orleans great alive.
It's going to be so great to see this show. You can catch Katrina 10 years after the storm with Robin Roberts tonight at 10 Eastern right here on ABC.
It's going to be a great show, great food, great music, great culture. What a town.